Hello, I'm Susan Woods of Susan Woods Nonprofit Solutions. Thank you for your time. This year, I've decided to dedicate each month to a theme of learning. Again, this year, I decided to dedicate each month to a theme of learning. And what that means is I'm going to concentrate on one theme per month. I'm going to share information around one theme each month. This month, the theme is around funding nonprofits. It's a fundamentals on demand course. And in this course, I'm teaching you the fundamental revenue diversification strategies you can use to raise money for your nonprofit organization to offer the community services you desire. For example, we'll talk about grant funding, we'll talk about donor advised funding, tax deductible investments, fundraising strategies, and so much more. So stay tuned to learn more about our theme this month, which is around funding nonprofits. Introduction. The Funding Nonprofits Fundamentals course is the second of four courses in the series of nonprofit fundamentals online courses we offer. Funding a nonprofit organization means generating revenues to provide the services you promised to provide in the communities your nonprofit serves. The course includes four lessons. Lesson one: what is the program description? Lesson two: how to create a program budget. Lesson three: what is revenue diversification? And step four: how to demonstrate financial stewardship. So let's get started. In this video message, we're only focusing on the first lesson, which is lesson number one, program description. The program description explains the services provided by the 501c3 nonprofit organization. It is very important to help potential funders, or I like to call them investors, understand how the nonprofit leaders will use the money that they invest. You want to be very clear in your program description on how the money is going to be used that they donate or that they invest in your nonprofit organization. The program description includes seven key components. Let's take a look at them. The first component, number one, is the problem statement. Number two, vision statement. Three, mission statement. Four, target group demographics. Five, service area description. Six, qualitative objectives. And seven, quantitative goals. Your program description should include these seven key components to give the potential investors a clear understanding of what your nonprofit organization will provide in the community. Let's take a look at each one of the seven components. The first one is the problem statement. The problem statement describes what is wrong in the community, how it impacts the target group, and the statistical data that validates it. So when you say there is a problem in the community, how do you know? What are you basing that statement on? Is it something that you've observed? Is it something that someone has brought to your attention? How do you know? So you want to describe exactly what is wrong in the community. Maybe there are too many veterans that do not have a safe place to live. Well, describe that problem in very clear terms. Explain how that lack of housing impacts the veterans, which would be the target group. And then what data can you show that validates that that problem really exists? Can you get data from maybe the Department of Social Services that also serves veterans? Maybe you can get data from food banks or other nonprofit organization that serves veterans. How about if you would just talk to a veteran to see if there is actually a problem with housing for veterans? So that's how you need to really clearly articulate the problem statement. You are setting the foundation to prove that there is a need for your nonprofit organization. You have to make a case for the nonprofit organization. So that's the first step. That's the first key component of the program description. Key component number two is the vision statement. The vision statement is a broad statement that describes long term positive change. You are going to describe long term positive change that will take place as a result of your program or your nonprofit organization being implemented. So here's an example of a vision statement: provide comprehensive and holistic services to help veterans live with PTSD peacefully. So, this is an example of a broad statement. You see, in this example, we don't say how it's going to be done, we don't say when it's going to be done, we don't say how many veterans will be assisted. We just give you a broad statement of long term positive change, which is providing a comprehensive and holistic services to help veterans live with post traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, peacefully. The third key component is the mission statement. Now, the mission statement elaborates on the vision statement. It tells more about how you will realize the vision statement. The mission statement explains how to realize the vision. For example, we plan to provide a safe and nurturing environment that provides therapy, networking with other veterans, retreats, and other vital resources to help veterans living with PTSD. You see how the mission statement just adds on and makes the vision statement more clear and more you're more able to visualize what you want to do. So you're explaining how you're going to realize the vision. That's what the mission statement does. A safe, nurturing environment. Does that conjure up in your mind something that you would want to invest in? Because that's the whole goal of the program description, is to conjure up in a person's mind, you know what, I really want to help this organization. I really want to do something to help this organization. That should be in the back of your mind at all times when you are writing these 7 key components of the program description. Let's go on to component number 4. Oh, before I do that, commercial, sorry. Commercial break. If you are enjoying my voice, if you like the way that I sound, if I sound clear to you, I invite you to purchase this same microphone that I'm using. As you can see here, it's a USB-C lavalier microphone, wireless mini mic for Type C Android phone, tablet, PC video recording, clip-on mics with rotatable clip and denoise recording, ideal for vlog, TikTok, YouTube, podcast, content creators, so on and so forth, a whole lot. But as you can see, it's very economically priced at $25.99. And all I've done is inserted this part here, which is called the receiver, into a USB, and then I placed it inside of my USB port on my laptop computer. And this is the transmitter. I'm using one of these transmitters to talk into. So if you would like to purchase it, I am an Amazon affiliate partner. I will receive a commission on the sale, but I just want to share with you because I really like it. It's not expensive, and I think I sound pretty clear. If you do too, and if you record content, I highly recommend using this setup that I have purchased for use. Okay, Thank you for that. Now let's keep going. Number 4, target group demographics. Target group. What does a target group mean? Target group demographics describe the people you plan to serve through your nonprofit organization. The people you plan to serve through your nonprofit. For example, our nonprofit serves children ages 5 through 7 from diverse backgrounds who live in economically distressed communities. That's an example of a description of a target group. The target group includes a description of the people you plan to serve. So in this case, you plan to serve children. You plan to serve children who are between the ages of 5 and 7 years old. They are from diverse backgrounds and they live in economically distressed communities. That's who you plan to target. That's just an example. If we were to go back to the veterans example, we could say the target group would be veterans who are displaced, who are living with PTSD. And you could say they could be diverse from diverse backgrounds. You can say they are ages 35 and over, but you want to be clear on who you plan to target because in order to serve people accurately, you have to be able to design programs around that particular target group demographic. When people say we want to serve everybody, that is unrealistic and you will not get the grant funding you deserve when you are that broad. When you are writing your program description, you have to be as concrete and as clear as you possibly can be. Number 5, key component number 5 of the program description is your service area description. Where are you going to offer your services? You have to describe it. The service area describes the location where your nonprofit will provide services. Where will you provide services? And you cannot say we're going to provide services in the whole state of New York. You're not going to provide services in the whole state of California. That is a red flag to any investor because they know that's not realistic based on the whole of your information that you're sharing with them. For example, if you know you only have 4 employees or potential employees, how are you going to provide services for all of the veterans in California? That's a reason why some investors will not give money because they know their money is not going to be used wisely because the service area is unrealistic. So don't worry if your service area is a small area or even a community or a town. An investor wants their money to have an impact on the people who live in that area. For example, we plan to provide services in a small community with a population of 770 per the Census Bureau. It is an economically distressed community. The average age is 42 years old. So this gives a little description of the service area where this nonprofit organization plans to offer services. You can describe it in however way you want to describe it, but I like the fact that they did put in a reference to a credible resource in the description, which is the Census Bureau. I highly encourage you to add statistical data wherever you can in your program description. Number 6, the sixth key component of a program description is called qualitative objectives. Qualitative objectives. The qualitative objectives measures changes in behaviors in terms of outcomes over a certain period of time. So we're talking about how does your target group members, how do you project their behavior will change over time as a result of the services they receive through your nonprofit organization? And you measure or you describe these qualitative objectives as outcomes. Now, let me give you a little information about outcomes, the word. When you are completing grant proposals and you are reading the request for proposals, you will see the word outcomes. The grant funder will ask you to describe your projected outcomes if we give you the money you're requesting for this program. So, what they're saying is, what behavioral changes will we, the funder, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Duke Foundation, whoever, what changes will we be able to see in the behaviors of your target group as a result of them being able to complete your program? So here's an example. The veterans we serve will demonstrate confidence, patience, peacefulness, and enthusiasm for living. This is what you are telling potential investors, that if you give us the $50,000 we ask for to implement the services we plan to implement, then these are the results that you're going to see in what you are investing in. They would demonstrate confidence, patience, peacefulness, and enthusiasm for living. The seventh key component in a program description is quantitative goals. What are the quantitative goals that you plan to achieve through this program? The quantitative goals measures outputs, what you're going to get out of the program. So in the first quarter, we're saying we're going to serve 25 veterans. Second quarter, same. Third quarter, same. Fourth quarter, same. So we're saying we are planning to serve 100 veterans per year. That's the output. Okay? That's the output. So that's what you're telling the investors. We plan to serve 25 veterans each quarter. A quarter is every 3 months. January, February, March is a quarter. April, May, June is a quarter. July, August, September is a quarter. October, November, December is a quarter. So that's what we're telling them. With your money, we will be able to serve these veterans. So these are the key components of a program description. And in this case, we primarily talked about serving veterans with PTSD. But serving them doing what? What are you going to provide for them? Holistic servicing programs, retreats, gatherings, meetings. We're going to officially enroll them in the program to help them get better. So I have described to you the 7 key components of a program description. You have to describe your program very, very clearly when you are asking for money. And this is lesson 1 of the Funding Nonprofits course. This is the first lesson. There are 4 lessons, so we have a lot more to learn. So what's next? Lesson number 2, what is the program budget? That's when we're going to get together and we're going to write a budget. We have to assign a cost to the program we want to offer for veterans or for anyone. We have to assign a cost to that program. So that's what's coming up in the next lesson, number 2. Now, as I stated, this is a full course. And if you want to take this course and continue learning, because I'm only touching a high level, I'm not digging deep into the course. I'm only giving you more than likely a preview, if you will, of what you will learn in the full course. And the full course also includes practice activities for each lesson, knowledge checks for each lesson. And it is an on demand course that you can complete at your pace, around your schedule, in the comfort, privacy, and safety of your home. I'm offering a pre order discount because I am making some changes to it based on some changes that were made by the IRS in the nonprofit sector last year. So I'm having to update all of my courses, but I'm giving you an opportunity to pre order the course with a discount. The course normal fee is $150, but I'm selling it for $95 as a pre-order. The course will be ready for you to complete on February the 10th. I just need a little time to again add the updates that the IRS implemented for nonprofit organizations last year. So pre-order discount, $95. Funding Nonprofits Fundamentals course. The Funding Nonprofits Fundamentals course is the second of 4 courses in the series of nonprofit fundamentals online courses we offer. The first one was Starting Nonprofits Fundamentals. Funding a nonprofit organization means generating revenues to provide the services you promised to provide in the communities your nonprofit serves. So thank you for pre-ordering the course. Again, it's $95 and you will be able to complete the course or start completing the course on February the 10th. Again, I'm Susan Woods, and I started my journey in the nonprofit sector as a nonprofit founder and executive director all the way back in 2003. Then I started teaching other people how to start nonprofits because they asked me, "Well, how do you do it? How do you start a nonprofit? Where do you go? How did you do it?" So then I started teaching classes. And then after teaching classes, some people raised their hand and said, "You know what? I don't want to do this. I want to hire you to do it." And that's when I started completing the Form 1023 application for recognition of exemption for people across the United States. And since 2010, when I started providing that service, I have completed over 400 applications for people who represent 33 states, and my approval rating is 100%. So that's a little bit of background about me. I want you to know that I am credible. I am in a position to share information with you because the information that I share is not only based on my educational credentials, but more importantly, I think they are based on my real life experiences as a nonprofit founder and executive director. So I thank you so much for your time, and I hope that you are enjoying learning about nonprofit, I'm sorry, about funding nonprofits fundamentals. It's a crucial. You have to learn the strategies to get money for your nonprofit organization, or you're wasting your time. Some people don't believe that nonprofit organizations need money to operate, but they do. You can't operate a nonprofit without money. So, in this course, Funding Nonprofits Fundamentals, I'm teaching you how to generate revenues in a diversified way for your nonprofit organization so that you can offer services in your communities the way that you plan to do so. So thank you again. And once again, you can pre-order this course. It will have all 4 lessons in it, of course. It will also have the knowledge checks that you didn't see in this preview, as well as practice activities, hands-on practice activities, so that you can make sure that you retain the information that I share. Thank you for your time and have a great day.